Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Patty Giarrusso, and this is Let's Talk Pets on Society Bites Radio. Today, we welcome back to the show Julie Gullickson from Lost Cats of America. And Julie is the co founder of Lost Cats of America, and she's been with us a couple of times talking about how do we find lost cats? How do we help found cats? And today we're going to talk about some searching methods for finding lost cats because there's very specific steps to take. And mainly they fall on the shoulders of the owner when they've lost a cat. There's some things that Julie wants to talk about regarding this and such as canvassing your neighbors and flyering and following up on leads and using humane traps. So welcome to the show, Julie, and let's start talking about all this stuff because we've had a ton of lost cats lately.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Happy to be back with you guys.
Yeah.
Yep, you got that right. We've got a lot of lost cats. We are very busy on the pages, as they call this season, kitten season. The springtime and fall time tends to be busy time for cats, looking for mates, wanting to be out there, that girlfriend-boyfriend thing.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's probably. I was saying that the cats aren't happy that their owners are home, and so they're taking off. I don't know.
Well, maybe that has something to do with that. That could be, but no. Yeah, cats. They're like us. They're like any other animal, and they want to find their partner, their mates, whatever. So it's just instinct in them. And spring and fall are big times. We call this kitten season. Mm-hmm. So one recommendation, before we go forward is we always say make sure you get your cat spay or neutered. That will help in the grand scheme of things that kind of dims their want to be out there searching. Then they'll probably be a little bit more content to be with us. And as things ease up, hopefully soon, and the owners go back to work, maybe that'll help too. No.
Well, I just couldn't figure it out. Kathy Poblowski and I were talking about the cat thing and even the dog thing. Like, it got kind of quiet when people first were home with the stay-at-home orders, and then that was very short-lived. And I'm telling you, it has just, we have never seen so many lost cats lately, and maybe that is it. But it doesn't matter if they're spayed or neutered. There's still a lot of them that are spayed or neutered that are going away, so I don't know.
And you're right. We noticed that on the pages, my fellow volunteers and I, that it did go quite dormant for a little while. Early spring, well, because I take care of a lot of the northern pages, or I should say, not say a lot, but some of the northern pages. And when it's when we're coming out of winter, into that early spring, that's kind of a dull time. I mean, who really wants to be out there unless you're an avid skier or ice fisherman, and cats don't do those things. So I think they're a little bit more content being inside, and that's kind of when the whole stay-at-home act for us kind of happened, was mid-March. That's kind of our dull time, but it did get pretty low there, and you're right. And now, yes, we are super busy, so I don't know if it's a matter of, okay, everybody's just starting to get back out there, spring is going on, and maybe everybody's just feeling the pangs of being inside too long. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's odd, and I feel like there's something that seems to me that it's certain, like, all 1 week we'll have all calico cats, and then the next week it'll be all tabby cats, and then the next week it'll be all white cats. It's very strange. It seems like I don't know. It just seems like they go in clusters, and maybe that's it is. Yeah.
We laugh about that all the time too. We're like, what is with all the black cats missing?
Yeah.
Or we'll go, why are all the orange cats missing? Oh yeah, we see that all the time. That I have no explanation for. Maybe the cats have some sort of secret Morse code that we're just not aware of. Who knows? You never know with cats, right?
Yeah. So
but no, we noticed that too, and that is, it's just. Yeah, I can't explain that one, but we'll that's like the joke of the day at times. We're like, did you notice all the gray tabbies are missing?
Yeah, it's very odd. And with us right now, we're seeing calicos and tortoise shells. I mean, it's
Okay.
just one right after the other. And they're not one of the ones that you see a lot. We don't see a lot of those, and we don't see a lot of orange. But we have
Oh.
a lot of, lately we saw one week it was just orange, orange, orange. Every single day there was one or two of them every day. And it lasted about a week, week and a half, and then it changed to a different color. You know?
Oh yeah, sure. Yep. Oh, we got all the colors up here, but yeah, and as you bring up the tortoise shell, that's funny because I'm seeing that on the pages. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Good
very
question.
bizarre.
I
Yeah.
guess that's something maybe if anybody's listening to this, if you want to maybe scientifically dive into this, like try to look for some info on that,
Yeah,
that'd be something interesting maybe to look up.
yeah, it is. I just really think it's very interesting, and we always make comments about it, but it seems so true. And you almost want to say, okay, if you have a orange cat, hold on to it. Don't let it
Right.
out,
Yeah.
because the
Right.
orange ones are missing this week.
Yeah.
It's
It's
very
very
weird.
true, and I agree with you. And it is kind of funny you brought that up. We were just laughing about that maybe 2 weeks ago. We had a lot of the gray tabbies that were missing. It's like one
Uh,
right after another, more than one state too. So yeah,
mm,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's very odd. So anyways, you wanted to talk today about the importance of an owner understanding that it it really depends on them. They can't just sit back, make the posts and hope for the best. They really have certain steps that they should take to help find their cat. So why don't you get into that a little bit?
Okay, sure. What we do on, with Lost Cats of America and with the state pages, we try to give people all the tools that they, need to use to find the cats. Obviously, we've got our flyers. You can go on there, you make your flyers. With help, we've got that map search. So always remember that whether you've found a cat or you've lost a cat, please fill out a report with us. It'll go to the appropriate state. Then go to helpinglostpets.com. There's a map search on there. You can go to any area, okay? Just plug in the area you're looking for. Maybe you're trying to find a lost flyer, an owner's looking for a cat that you have found that looks like a cat that you found, or vice versa. You want to see if somebody's found a cat that looks like your cat. That is one thing you can automatically do. It's all free, and it's been such a good resource for people to utilize that.
Hmm.
Another thing we always tell people too is use those flyers. You can share them online and you can print them out. Obviously, make sure it's okay if you're going to put them on certain community pages, that it's okay with the community administrators that you put the flyers out there, and you can always post them around town, up in supermarkets with their permission. Hand them out to your neighbors. Knock on doors. A lot of these things fall on the owner. We get so many in, like you just stated before. We've been seeing a lot of cats. So obviously, us as volunteers, we cannot go out searching for you. You've got to be able to take those steps to go out there. But we've got all the tools here, all the pages that are associated, with help, all different admins out there, and they will have on their pages pinned things to do, advice on how to find your cat. Um, One big thing, and I know we've talked about this before, please call and visit your local shelters. Don't
Hmm.
just assume that if I call the local shelter and say, "Hey, I've lost my orange tabby. Do he looks like this." Somebody who may see your cat may not describe your cat exactly as you're describing the cat, right? So you
Hmm.
always want to go to the shelter and see the cats that are there. Also, it doesn't take long, and I know Lost Dogs has made comments about this too. When your animal goes missing, and it's used to being an indoor animal, appearances can change, and they can change pretty fast. Give an indoor cat, just a couple days outside, and they could look thinner, they could look more mangled, depending on where they've been. I'm sure.
Hmm.
You add a week to that, and I'm sure things would be a little bit different. I mean, we've had people tell us, "Hey, I found my cat a week later. Yeah, they're 2-3 pounds lighter than what they started out as, which is a lot for a cat. 2 to 3 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a cat. So they're going to look thinner than they were before. So appearances, and especially if they were running into brushes or something chased them and they got in the mud, appearances change. So it's very important that if somebody did turn your cat into the Humane Society or a shelter, don't just take somebody's word for it, because maybe your orange tabby, what you would consider orange, might look a little bit more brown to the other person. So just go in, and we suggest do it at least every other day. So yeah, searching for your pet, I mean, it is a big responsibility, and it's a lot of work. But it's worth it though. Obviously, we all love our pets. We think of them as our children. You wouldn't stop searching for your biological child. Obviously, don't stop searching. Don't give up hope on your pets. We all love our pets. Um,
Yeah.
um, Other things that we have out there to do is if you've got a trail cam, or if you could borrow one. Cats don't tend to run too far from home. They'll generally be in the area within a couple block radius. Many times I'm seeing, because yeah, like we said before, there's a lot of cats out there missing already. And this week so far, what are we on, Thursday? I've already had a handful of people say, and I've had a couple of videos come in over messages and stuff saying, look, I seen my cat here, or I seen this cat here. Those things, those trail cams really come in handy. So if you've got one, or maybe you've got a hunter in the family and maybe you can borrow one, those things are awesome to try to catch your cat. Okay, yeah, he is still in the area. That gives a lot of peace of mind to these people too. Like, okay, my cat's here. I just have to figure out a way to reel them in.
Mhm.
Live traps are very resourceful. Sometimes your local shelter can borrow or rent them to you. I think places you can probably pick one up at your local. I don't know what you guys got down there for like we have Menards up here, and other like Ace,
Yeah.
True Value, things like that. You can, or even online. I'm sure Amazon probably has them. They're not too terribly expensive. Or if you know somebody who can borrow them, you can set up a live trap. Cats like enclosed spaces, so what we've suggested is if you put some nice smelly food in the trap, and then cover the trap with like a towel or an old blanket, something that smells like you, they might be attracted to that. And the comfort of it, not being out in the open, tends to bring them in there. I've had people have success stories on that. um, One thing you can try, this is a little tip that we've picked up actually off TV. If it's winter and it's cold, you can still, use the live trap there with the towel or blanket, but set that can of food on top of one of those glove or boot warmers, something that's
Mm.
going to keep that can warm. So the warmer it is, obviously, the more smelly it is, and then that'll
Mhm.
that'll help attract them as well. That's another trick you can use. In any case, if you're going to live trap, we always recommend please check that trap often. Don't just put the trap out there and then forget about it,
Yeah.
days later. Obviously, be responsible and check that often.
Mhm.
Multiple times in the day, we would suggest, especially in the wintertime. Um, but those are just some of the things that, yeah. So there is a lot of responsibility, obviously, if you're going to go out and search. We can give you the tools, we can give you the advice, but yes, ultimately, the owner needs to, take that responsibility and do that, the majority of that searching. On our pages, and we've got some great pages out there, a lot of communication going on. Like I said, we have been busy, yes,
Mhm.
with all the missing cats. People are communicating. We've got people on our Facebook pages that are kind of our regulars, and
Mhm.
we've got our matchmakers on there that kind of, in and out of the pages and trying to match up. So if I can speak for my pages at least, and I'm sure the other pages in the other states have their what do you want to call them? Maybe the groupies, the ones that kind of watch the posts coming in and out. Those people are awesome. They're
Mhm.
great because they'll be on there. They throw encouragement out there. They give out advice. I don't even have to repeat myself a lot of these times on these pages on the advice because they're already doing it for me. So
Mhm.
people